Hi all, welcome to my YouTube channel The Testing Instinct. In this video, I will be discussing about doing JSON schema validation using AJV NPM package. First, I will be discussing what is JSON schema. JSON schema is a powerful tool used to describe and validate the structure of JSON data. It allows you to define what the data should look like, specifying rules such as data types, required fields, and more. It is often used in API development to ensure that the data sent and received is valid according to the predefined rules. When we write JSON schema, we will be specifying some rules, some data types, what are the required fields. So we will be defining these things. So I have given an example of a JSON schema here. You can see the schema type. It is draft 7 schema. You can see the type. So it's an object and there are some properties. So the data type is mentioned. So there is a key called name, its type is string. There is a key called job, its type is also string. There is ID and created. So the data type of these 4 fields is string and there are some required fields. So name, job, ID, createdAt are also required fields. So this is how we will be setting the predefined rules. So we will be mentioning the data types which are the required fields in JSON schema. So this is an example of JSON schema. Now I will be showing how we can generate the JSON schema from a response. I have already opened Bruno. So I am using the collection called request. I have created a request called create user JSON schema assertion here. So I am using the request API. So this is a payload and I am hitting this request. So I have got a response like this. So based on this response, we will be generating a schema. To do that, we will be using this particular website. So I am opening this URL here. So here we have to add the response of that request. So I am copying this response. I have pasted it here and I am generating the schema here using the generate schema button. So you can see one schema got generated. If you check here, you can see the draft here used is 04. So this is the same schema which I have used in this notepad as well, but I have changed this schema draft to 07 because AJV does not support draft 04 schema. That's why I have changed that to draft 07. That is one thing you have to note. I have added it as a note as well. So this is the NPM package we will be using in order to do the JSON schema validation. I will open that package now. So this is the NPM package AJV which will be doing the JSON schema validation. So as I am recording this session, I am using the version 8.17.1. Now the important part is you have to mention this version and dependency in package.json file, and you have to use the npm install command. So I have already opened the request collection here in my file system. You can see the package.json file. I am opening it now. You can see in the dependencies section I have mentioned the package name AJV and mentioned the version name like this. So once this is added, you have to execute the command npm install. So open the collection in command line. So just type the command npm install and hit enter. The dependencies mentioned in the package.json file will be installed in your system. Now the important part is adding the schema in the test tab. Earlier this code has been commented. Now I am uncommenting this code. I will be explaining this code now. So first you have to require the AJV package, and I have given a variable name here and creating the object. After that, in a variable called schema, I am using the schema which was generated using this particular website. The only change what I have done is I have changed 04 to 07. That is the only change which I have done here. After that, I have written a test to check the schema. So this is the test name. So I am getting the response using REST and getBody method, and there is one validate method available in AJV package. So this particular method accepts two arguments, the schema and the response. So after that, we are using the chai assertion expect. So in case of any errors, it will be printed in the console. So this is the test that will be doing the JSON schema assertion. First I will show with the draft 4. If you use draft 4 and save the request, and if you send the request, you will be getting an error like this. So when you change this draft 4 to draft 7, and if you save the request and send the request again, the test is passing. That means the JSON schema validation has been passed. Now I am intentionally changing some data type values here. So I am changing this string to integer, and this string to boolean. I am saving the request and sending the request. So you can see the JSON schema validation has been failed because we have made the type of key name and type differently. So one has been made as integer and other has been made as boolean. When we check the response, we can see that the value of name and job is coming as strings only. So we have changed it to integer and boolean. So obviously the JSON schema validation will be failing. So I am converting back it to string. I am saving the request and I am again sending the request. This time the test to check the schema should be passed, and it is passed. So this is how you can do the JSON schema validation in Bruno. I hope this video was useful for everyone. If you find this session useful, please consider subscribing the channel, like, share and comment on the video. Thanks for watching and keep learning.